Long ago, in a kingdom of rolling green hills and rivers that sparkled like crystal under the sun, lived a young prince whose kindness was whispered about across every village and town. He was clever, gentle, and admired by all, yet he held one longing deep in his heart: to marry a true princess not just a princess with a crown, but one whose heart radiated warmth and sincerity. The prince's mother, a wise and gentle queen, explained to him a true princess is measured not by beauty or riches, but by the purity of her soul, her compassion, and her sensitivity. The young prince listened carefully, knowing that such a heart was rarer than the most precious jewel in the kingdom. Determined, he set off on a journey across distant lands. Seas that shimmered like molten sapphires, and mountains so high even eagles struggled for air. He wandered through bustling markets alive with music, spices, and colors that dazzled the eyes. Every kingdom presented him with princesses of great beauty, skill, and charm. Princess Valeria of the Eastern Isles had more pearls than the ocean could ever hold, yet when he spoke of her people's struggles, she simply yawned and asked for a larger mirror. Princess Seraphina of the Northern Peaks could recite poetry in 5 languages, wield a sword with elegance, and play the harp all at once, but her heart remained cold and distant, as if her crown weighed heavier than her smile. Even Princess Amara of the Desert Realms, whose laughter sounded like tinkling bells in the sunlight, revealed a love for jewels above all else. A princess must only wear the finest gems. She scolded anyone who suggested otherwise. Time after time, the prince faced disappointment. Was a true princess even left in the world? After nearly a year of searching, he returned home with tales of adventure, but a heart heavier than when he had left. Upon his return, the kingdom celebrated, banners waving, music filling the air, and children dancing in the streets. Yet the prince felt a quiet emptiness inside, a longing that no celebration could erase. He rode his horse across the countryside, sparred with the knights, and listened to the musicians play in the great hall. Still, his eyes would drift to the horizon, wondering if he would ever meet a heart that matched his own. The queen, noticing his sadness, sat beside him one evening by the fire. "My son," she said softly, "I see your heart searches for something no crown can grant." She paused, staring into the flames. "Perhaps it is time to test the next princess who comes to our door." That very night, as the wind howled outside and rain lashed against the castle, a desperate knock echoed through the grand hall. The guards hesitated, but the queen waved them forward. There, dripping from the storm, stood a young woman. "I am a princess," she said, her voice calm yet trembling. "Please, may I take shelter from the storm?" Her name was Princess Elara, sent from a distant kingdom to escape a greedy cousin who threatened her parents' throne. Bandits had ambushed her escort, leaving her alone in the storm. Many might claim the title of princess, yet she offered only her name and spirit, without arrogance or pleading. "I cannot change who I am, whether you believe me or not," she said simply, and her honesty shone brighter than any crown. The queen devised a test unlike any other. A single tiny pea was placed upon the bedstead, and 20 mattresses with 20 feather beds were stacked above it. The bed towered like a small mountain, requiring a ladder to climb. "Sleep well, my dear," whispered the queen. Elara, exhausted from her journey, thanked her and tried to rest, yet all night long she tossed and turned. Something sharp pressed into her side, preventing her from sleeping peacefully. By dawn, her eyes were shadowed with fatigue, yet she did not complain. "I slept terribly," she confessed honestly. "Something hard beneath all the mattresses kept me awake." The prince and queen exchanged knowing glances. The test had worked. Only a true princess, sensitive and refined in spirit, could feel the tiny pea beneath 20 mattresses and 20 feather beds. The prince's heart swelled, not merely at the proof, but at the honesty, courage, and humility Elara displayed. In the days that followed, the prince and princess Elara spent hours walking in the gardens, sharing stories, laughter, and quiet moments by the fire. He discovered her bravery, her cleverness, and her gentle spirit, while she admired his kindness and wisdom. The queen gave her blessing, proud her son had found not just a princess, but one of true heart. Elara sent word to her parents, who rejoiced at her safety and gave their approval. Their wedding became a celebration of joy, attended by nobles and villagers alike. Music soaring and bells ringing across the kingdom, and the pea. It was carefully placed in a glass case in the royal treasury, a reminder for generations that true nobility lies not in wealth or crowns, but in the honesty, sensitivity, and courage of the heart. The prince and princess Elara lived happily ever after, their love a testament to sincerity, trust, and the beauty of genuine spirit. And remember, dear listeners, it's not the crowns we wear or riches we hold that define us, it's the truth and kindness in our hearts. If you enjoyed this magical story, subscribe to Growtubestory for more enchanting tales, unforgettable adventures, and lessons that touch the soul. Until next time, may your hearts be brave, your spirits kind, and your stories full of wonder.